loves, welcome back to Trend Talks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Miraj, and as always, remember to like, share, and most importantly, to hit that subscribe button. So I'm doing research, seeing what's happening, what's going on social media, and guess what? The UK media is back to begging. They are back to begging. They want Harry and Meghan back in the UK. They are desperate to have Harry and Meghan back in the UK. So by now you guys know the internet is flooded with dozens of articles about how Netflix has cut ties with Harry and Meghan. Yeah, that's it. Now for people they claim are irrelevant, unpopular, boring, again, here they are begging to have them back in the UK. And this is even funny, guys. You know why it's funny? Because the Daily Fail is the one conducting this poll. Yeah, you had it. We're back. They're back with their desperate polls, asking people whether Harry and Meghan should move back to the UK. I think by now, sometimes when you see this, you just have to laugh. I was laughing so hard because it's like, when will they get it? When will they accept the fact that Harry and Meghan are never ever going back to that toxic institution? They will never ever subject themselves and their kids back to that, abusive environment, toxic press, toxic, leftover roles. They're never ever going to do that. But no. I think the UK media thinks somehow if they just continue writing and begging, Harry and Meghan will cave in and just go back. And they also want them to feel so bad. They just want them to feel so bad. Because right now that they're flooding the internet with these articles about Netflix cutting ties with Meghan, they're out here rejoicing. Oh, now Netflix have seen they're not profitable. They're not making money for Netflix. Are you stupid? Netflix is a business partner in us ever. They've done great. Season 2 of Netflix, Netflix show with Love Meghan is here. They're doing great. So the Daily Fail is again begging for Harry and Meghan to come back, but they're using people by conducting these polls, these desperate polls, to have them back to the UK. And it's so funny. It's the Daily Fail, so every time you see something, you just have to laugh. I want us to have a good laugh every time you see these things, because if we don't laugh, what else can we do? What else can we do, right? So here's what they said. It's like a tiny bit, guys. So, should Harry and Meghan move back to the UK? Have your say in the Palace Confidential poll. So, you've read the headlines and had our experts' opinions. But what do you think? What do you think? Have your say on the biggest royal story of the week by answering our poll below. You'll find the final results in our brilliant newsletter, Palace Confidential. So, here's the poll. Should Harry and Meghan move back to the UK? Then there's 1, no way. And then 2, yes, but it's best for the future of the monarchy. 3, yes, but only if they apologize first. The audacity. If there's anyone who needs to apologize, it's the UK media and the leftover royals for the abuse, the harassment they put Harry and Meghan through. They need to admit their wrongs, how they've, had them, how they abused them, and apologize. But we know that's not going to happen. They're never ever going to admit to that. And of course, they'll never ever admit to the fact that they need Harry and Meghan more than Harry and Meghan need them. One thing for sure is they can go on say how Harry and Meghan are irrelevant. They can say how Harry and Meghan are unpopular, are boring. But when it comes to actions, and one thing about actions, they speak louder than words, is the fact that they are desperate to have Harry and Meghan back to the UK. Because if you're constantly writing these pieces, you're constantly conducting polls, that just means you're obsessed and you just want them. Clearly, you can say one thing, but your actions surely say something else. And it's so hilarious. So hilarious. So you guys have been claiming their failures, but here you are again begging to have them back in the UK. By now we know the monarchy is sinking. The interest has died. And who else than Harry and Meghan to rejuvenate it? They're stuck with mumbles and Yorkshire, and it's such an embarrassment. Because right now, they're on vacation. They're on their 6th vacation. Of course, they're not going to talk about that. They've been asked in the private secret WhatsApp group, don't comment on this. The fact that William and Kate were outed and are vacationing in Greece. I think their 6th vacation. And here's another thing, their king. You have their king who was outed as a bully towards his gardening staff. But again, here they are again, writing these hate pieces. The palace bring out these hate pieces to take the heat away from William and Kate, to bury the fact that William and Kate are on vacation and their king is a bully. And of course, William again is getting a lot of heat for being a climate hypocrite. I mean, we've been knowing he's a hypocrite. To be honest, it's nothing new. This is a man who can never fulfill any of these pledges he puts out. Oh, let's save the oceans. Just a month ago, he was talking about saving the oceans. Where is he right now? Where is he, guys? He is cruising on a $500 million yacht in Greece. Yachts are known to emit the biggest percentage of carbon footprint. Literally. But what did this man do? A man who was just a month ago talking about, oh, let's save the oceans. Hypocrite. The same one who said, I'm going to end homelessness in UK. And oh, wait, here's another one, a fun favorite one. I'm going to make, bringing peace to the Middle East is going to be my life mission. What happened? So, of course, this man has been a hypocrite. He's always talking about climate. Let's say, protect the climate. Let's save the oceans with his Earth shit project, which is a failure, by the way. And he's out here flying private. Where are these climate activists when you need them? To call him out on that, he flew private, and then on top of that, he is on a yacht. Talk about the percentage. You know how big of a percentage that is when it comes to carbon? But no. They are awfully quiet. But when Harry flies private, oh, they will bring them out. They'll have segments saying how Harry should not fly private. Did you want him to use a broom all the way from Montecito to hop on a broom and fly all the way to Montecito to Shanghai? But when William is constantly playing in your faces, using helicopters as taxis, flying private, oh no, they act like they don't see that. The double standards are sickening. And here they are conducting their polls. You know what's even more funny? They're going to use a poll of 2,000 people. So UK has about 68 million people, 68 million citizens. So they're going, I think people are going to participate in this poll at about 2,000 people. So they're going to use those 2,000 people, right, to manipulate the entire UK into thinking that, UK does not want Harry and Meghan back. Because out of these 2,000 people, you'll see 90% said no, 10% said yes. Then somehow that is enough to tell the UK citizens that no, Brits don't want Harry and Meghan back in the UK. This is why it's so funny when you see things like that. If some people are being lied to this way and they accept and they believe how the UK media is playing in their eyes, honestly, they need help. Because by now, a lot of people have established the UK media's playbook. We know their tactics. We know their antics. We know how they roll. This is just so funny. I saw this on social media and it was so laughable. It was so hilarious. What do you mean? This is so funny. And mind you, they're saying Harry and Meghan are boring, are irrelevant, and they're failures. One thing I know Harry and Meghan are not is failures. They're doing well, they're happy, they're thriving. And the audacity for these idiots to think that one way or another Harry and Meghan will move back to the UK is laughable. Harry and Meghan have said that they will never, ever go back to the UK. But the UK thinks that somehow they will convince them or they will get them back. They hear that they're stuck with Mumbles and Wakshai, who are so lazy, barely doing anything, and the monarchy is crumbling. So they need Harry and Meghan's influence to revive it. But it's not happening. So they resort to having these polls. Also, again, they're using these polls. These are just another way to psychologically attack and abuse Harry and Meghan. So this is just laughable. It's very laughable. Why are you not interested in your most popular royals? William and Kate are so damn popular, right? Why are you not invested in them? They have the 75% favorability. Why are you so invested in our faves who are they have the least popularity in Britain? This is so funny, guys. It was so hilarious. It's funny whenever I see things like this. And I'm like, oh, now you guys will never admit to the fact that you miss Harry and Meghan. But your actions say something else. And it's really good to see. Because we know Harry and Meghan are not going to go back to that institution. So let them beg. Let them eat cake. Continue begging because it's not happening. It just exposes how, your double standards and how stupid you are. So that's the story, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. This was so hilarious. I did not want to pass it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to like, share, and most importantly, to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned, and we'll catch up in the next one.